Hello everyone, and welcome to Galaxy 89 Cars. Today, thanks to Joe Macari Performance Cars, I am bringing you an in-depth exterior and interior tour and exhaust video of this 2019 Dallara Stradale. At the time of publishing, Joe Macari Performance Cars currently have this, in addition to many of the high-specification cars for sale, and all of their contact details can be found in the description of the video. Engineer Gianpaolo Dallara started Dallara in 1972 to focus on building motor racing and sports car chassis. Since then, the company has grown significantly, now designing and developing chassis for Formula 3 and Formula 1, and most recently assisting Bugatti to achieve their world record top speed of 304.77 miles per hour. Inspired by the stripped-down nature of Colin Chapman's creations, Dallara decided to build their own road-going race car, Stradale, which is limited to just 600 examples. It is constructed from a lightweight carbon fibre monocoque and carbon panels, with an aluminium frame providing the main supportive structure. It can come with an optional hardtop removable roof, but is seen here in open-top configuration. Stradale comes in at 4,185mm long, 1,875mm wide, 1,041mm high, and has a dry weight of 855 kilograms. Unfortunately, we can't see the engine here as it's hidden under the screwed-down carbon panel. However, Stradale is powered by a redeveloped version of a Ford EcoBoost engine, a rear mid-mounted 2.3-litre inline 4-cylinder turbocharged engine that produces 395 brake horsepower and 500 Nm of torque. This output results in a 0 to 62 mph or 100 km/h time of 3.25 seconds, and a top speed of 174 mph or 280 km/h. This car is sitting on the optional 18-inch front and 19-inch rear lightweight alloys. There are also standard 17-inch front and 18-inch rear wheels. Braking is provided by high-performance ventilated steel discs at each corner. Stability is provided by front and rear double wishbones with 3-way adjustable dampers and a limited slip differential at the rear. Now we've finished the model overview, we can start the in-depth exterior tour from front to back. The front of Stradale begins with 3 distinct air intake sections. The first is for the radiators and comes with a protective grille and is underlined by carbon. These carbon struts separate the central intake from the lateral intakes that allow air to easily flow through the body and to cool the brakes. Moving up, we come to the front light complexes with their carbon surrounds. Stradale comes with a daytime running LED strip, main beam central, and what could be LED indicators above. Moving in from this, we come to the low, undulating bonnet. This is painted, but all panels can come in exposed carbon. As seen earlier, the radiators are under the centre, but either side of centre and between the arches, the front slopes down to create significant air intakes for further radiators for engine cooling. Moving back, we come to the optional small, curved windscreen with its race car-esque central wiper. Now we can move to the lateral aspect of Stradale. At the bottom, there's a flat side skirt and carbon panel that elongates the air vent it's connected to. This is the vent we saw the intakes for earlier. Air is sent through here for streamlining and a more controlled flow along the side of the car, seen by the ridge to the inside. Moving up, we come to the angular carbon wing mirrors, which have a very familiar form and a very slim connection to the body. Moving back from this, we come to the car's fuel tank, here on the left side. To save weight, it only needs to be opened with the key, as there's no exterior panel before the cap. This is situated on the carbon engine panel we saw earlier. This panel comes with 2 air vents on either side, with a larger vent at its rear for increased cooling. At the top of this larger vent, we also find an LED brake light strip. Moving back from this panel, we come to the optional and adjustable rear wing. In total, Stradale produces 820 kilograms of downforce with the optional rear wing. That's just 35 kilograms less than the car weighs. Without this optional rear wing, the car still produces 400 kilograms of downforce. The rear light complexes on either side are stretched horizontally, and between them we find a manufacturer badge. Moving down, we come to the dual exit sports exhaust that we will shortly hear. These outlets are surrounded by a grille to further facilitate cooling. Below, and on either side of these, the body is formed around further air vents. These allow air to flow from the intakes we saw to the rear of the bonnet. At the very bottom, we find this large diffuser that curves aggressively at the sides and comes with 2 fins. This provides enhanced airflow under and out of the rear of the car. Let's now hear how the exhaust sounds. Now we've finished the exterior tour, we can move inside. Stradale comes with quite a basic key fob with a flip-out key that can be used to unlock various locks around the vehicle. The interior is quite a tight, stripped-back, open, purposeful space. To enter the interior, we need to utilise the purpose-made step in the seat and then carefully move in and down. Despite the fob having a physical key, Stradale is keyless go and can be started by depressing the button in the central column. Now seated in the driver's seat, we can see how the exposed carbon wraps around with a slim leather pad on its inside edge. The multifunctional wheel is upholstered in Alcantara and starts with a contrast 12 o'clock marker and offers various buttons for the lights to the left, carbon centrally, and buttons to scroll through the presets, menu, suspension lift and lap timer to the right. Looking ahead, we find a small digital screen that shows speed, revs, engine temp, turbo and oil pressure, fuel level, time and driving mode. The dash behind this is a flat leather upholstered area with only venting for the windscreen. Moving down, the central column starts with this aluminium panel with wiper and wiper jet buttons. Underneath these there are two manually adjustable air vents. Continuing down, there's a small open storage area, and behind this a control array for front demist, air direction and temperature controls. Moving back, we come to the car's carbon-topped gear shifter for its standard 6-speed manual transmission. A robotised manual with changes via paddle shift is also available. Behind the gear shifter, we find the key port and keyless engine start and stop button. The final controls along the central column start with the handbrake to the right, then the button for the hazard lights, then traction control on-off, and finally a key port that can be used to unlock the small rear storage area. Continuing up the carbon-clad central column, we come to an open area with a 12-volt socket, what could be the build number and the telemetry camera, that can be used to provide post-track day data. The seats on either side of this are fixed into the rear of the car, so can't be adjusted. However, the steering and pedal box move to suit drivers at different sizes. These seats come with track-ready multi-point harnesses. Now taking a brief look at the passenger's side, we can see how it's formed as its own zone, with a handle and bare footwell. Moving back to the seats, the key can be used to unlock them. After moving the harnesses out of the way and pulling the backs down, two further storage areas are exposed. Once finished in these storage areas, the seat backs can easily be moved back and locked back into position. So that concludes my in-depth exterior and interior tour of this 2019 Dallara Stradale that's for sale with Joe Macari at the time of publishing. All of their contact details can be found in the description of the video. Please subscribe for the latest content, and until next time, thanks for watching.